Hello internet friends. So first let me get something obvious out of the way. I never had a particularly regular upload schedule in the first place, but it's been over a year since my last video now. Just a quick FYI, my projects are not dead, I just took a break. I am tinkering on stuff and making games again. I also really neglected my web presence lately. I want to have something solid and playable out this year, and then I will make sure I create a new website and update all those profiles. You know, GameJolt, itch.io, IndieDB and what have you. Probably not gonna do social media, but hey, I will upload more of my niche stuff on here, including games made by friends and other creators. So if that is your jam, please subscribe. Now let's get to the actual content of the video. I will talk a bit more about this during the Game Guru part of this level, because I have previously showcased it a bit better. If that interests you, the link is in the description. What you see here is the Unreal Engine 5 level. Now it's not completely finished, but half of it has been remade. I think you can make out pretty well what the overall feel of it was and what I was going for. This was made for a game called Spectre, which is part of the Acythian series of sci-fi games. I know I tend to have slightly eccentric names for my projects, but hey, at least Spectre is fairly conventional. This series is set roughly 80 years after a devastating global war, and whenever I have some open nature and foliage areas like in the beginning here, I try to place a lot of debris and old-wrecked war machinery to make the player feel that. The exact nature of the conflict is rarely mentioned in these games because I don't want to lore dump, but I just want the levels give a feeling that something must have happened here. Same with the background ruins and rusted, torn look of everything. I also wanted to have a few critters here, birds and insects, etc. You can actually see that in the Game Guru version, but I have not really implemented it in the Unreal Engine version because I did have rats in a previous alpha version, but I have not really figured out the animal pathfinding and everything. Because in this setting, nature and also mutated nature has reclaimed a lot of ground on Earth. There are vast stretches of land which are basically exclusion zones, and humanity is divided into city-states, industrial or agricultural outposts, and various tribal nomadic people. All things that will be explored in the games, of course. I'm just trying to give an outline of what I was trying to do here. At its heart, this really is just an infiltrate and get the gizmo mission, but I try to have enough around it, enough context to make that enjoyable. Yeah. The foliage on display here does of course look like light years ahead of its Game Guru counterpart, but with my own less impressive 3D work, the difference is really not that pronounced, apart from the vastly superior Unreal Engine rendering, of course. The structure in this level is an old wartime data node and a fueling station that has been repurposed by a militia. Which the idea was it's basically just the local warlords that should make early game easier enemies for the player. The mission was to enter one of these towers in the lake and hack the computer system. You would get some information about who this militia is working for, which would be a shadow organization, and late game enemies with better gear and robots and stuff. I actually tried to include a helicopter attack in the Game Guru version when you exit the tower, but that didn't pan out. If you end up watching it, you will notice that there will be a little drone from the store that was a placeholder for that helicopter, but I'm not going to work on that again, so it's now just going to be a drone forever. You can try the level for yourself. It's very unstable and probably won't launch, but I'm going to leave a link in the description. That's the GG version, of course, the Unreal Engine 5 version. Not finished. Yeah, it's fun to make levels in Unreal Engine 5, no doubt. I haven't given up on it either. I just know that my first game in it will need to be a lot less ambitious. Still, I'm glad I can show off something I made in it, even if it has no gameplay really. But I personally think it's interesting to compare the difference in the levels, in the different technology. But I think it's realistic to say that there will be progress on something Unreal Engine 5 based on this channel towards winter. I'm working on a different project until then, projects actually. But I don't want to give any timelines and make promises that I might not be able to deliver on. So I really just want to say that I haven't fallen off the face of the earth and that this channel and my stuff will continue on. That's really the point of this video. And also I just wanted to showcase this old stuff because if I don't do it now, it will just become less and less relevant in the future. So the Game Guru version is showcased better by the video in the description. This was an early alpha from a few years back where I really just started to get the grips with the engine's quirks. You can tell that there are performance issues because I used a built-in terrain feature. Don't do this with Game Guru Classic, it will eat up half of your FPS. You can try out my latest and arguably best game, Acythian Renegade, also linked in the description. And you can see for yourself, if you like, how fast and fluid levels 1 and 3 are compared to 2 and 4. Simply because I didn't use the built-in terrain system. If you use this engine and you watch this video, that's really all I can suggest to you. I know it's probably a daunting idea because it seems like that's one of the features that actually work, but I really don't recommend using the built-in terrain system because it just eats up so much performance. I also cheesed the AI here. The spawning in this level is bad and I wasn't let's say snappy about using the AI as I am now. So it's clunky. But it's presented as But it's presented as extra clunky here because I had the idea to cut this out or cut them all together with like a funny song or something. But I'm not a good video editor, so I will spare you with that. That is really all I have for today. I think I said everything I wanted to say earlier. New website, new content in general will come sometime this year, hopefully. Right, thanks for watching, and I will let the level play out till the end and always appreciate any subscribers or comments. Okay, bye bye.
Reinforcement!
More anti-air weapons. In good condition too. No telling where they got these from, but if you could disable them, I will pull some strings to get them for this. We need to seize this opportunity. Oh, and just destroy the computer systems this time. It's better to have these out of commission for good.
Who's there? Asshole! Secure this position!
don't get out of here.
We're in. Fantastic work. We're receiving data right now. Head to the extraction pod, Agent.